Today I'm going to show you how to make a ramen dish that is very inexpensive but also has a little bit more substance to it, so that if you find that you have to end up eating one, then you aren't going to lose too much nutrition wise. What I'm using as my base are 2 ramen packets, and this is for 2 people. The total cost is going to end up being right around $2.25 or $1.13 per person. I am going to add a lime to mine, which brings it to right around $2.50. We have about a cup of chopped kale. You can buy kale by the pound, loose leaf, at the grocery store, or you could also go for another hearty green. I did not factor in the cost of my pepper and crushed red pepper because most people tend to have that in their pantry. I boiled 2 eggs, and I also chopped up about, I would say, roughly 25 cents worth of green onions. You can usually get this at 50 cents a bundle at most grocery stores, depending on where you live. So what I'm doing now is I'm heating up about 4 cups of water, maybe a little less. I go a little less than the package, but not too much less because you are adding stuff to it. And what I'm going to do while I'm in the process of boiling is I'm going to start adding my kale to let it cook down and soften. It tends to be a pretty chewy green, so you want it to soften a little bit before you add the other ingredients. As soon as you've hit this boiling point with the kale water, just add the noodles themselves and allow them to cook for about 1.5 to 2 minutes. Don't add the seasoning packets at this time. Now that the noodles have softened, I'm going to add both the flavor packets, which will save a lot on the seasoning. And I'm also going to add half these green onions to get a little bit of that flavor in. The rest of it will be used for garnish. And then just give it a stir, and you're going to continue to cook it for another about a minute, minute and a half, until things are looking soft enough to eat, but not so soft that they're mushy. If you've cooked it too far, you need to remove it from heat immediately. Now that I've removed this from heat, and now they're done cooking, I'm going to put the noodles into the cup first, and then pour a little bit of the broth over those noodles, but still enough noodles and kale popping out. So now I can garnish and add a little bit more seasoning. So I'm going to add a dash of the red pepper flake and a little bit of crushed pepper. And then to brighten it up and add a little acidity, a small squeeze of lime. And then I'm going to garnish with the red onion. I've cut my boiled egg in half. And sometimes you can find a little of this in your fridge to add as well. And there you have it, a slightly better bowl of ramen noodles.